Good evening from Painesville and welcome to LNTV News Live. My name is JARP DAVIES on this edition of the program. Stories we following tracing the source of infection of one of Liberia's latest confirmed cases of COVID-19 remains a serious challenge for health authorities. The Liberia National Police warns it will take drastic action against violators of government health protocols. The United States Center for Disease Control warns Liberian health authorities identify all suspected cases of coronavirus and isolate them for testing. And away from home, some 200 people, that's 20 people, have been killed by a lightning strike on high voltage power lines in Congo Brazzaville. These stories plus more are all coming up on this edition of the program. Keep tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Health Minister Dr. Wilhelmina Jala says the issue of social distancing remains a serious challenge in the fight against the coronavirus in Liberia. Dr. Jala said mass gathering of people has a propensity to spread the coronavirus and reiterated her appeal to all Liberians to follow the health protocol. She was speaking Thursday at the Health Ministry regular update on the COVID-19 situation.
Protect yourself and your family. We all live in Mama Liberia. There's nowhere to run or hide at this point. Borders are closed in other countries right now. Airports are all closed, except you're a millionaire that want to fly your own jet to leave Liberia. This is how you are going to get out. But right now, all of us are in here, nowhere for us to go. So if you do not take this disease seriously, all of us will be here. So we are appealing to everybody in the counties, in Monserrato and in Mount Gibi, especially where the proclamation was made. We are appealing to you all. Please listen. This is just a nice way of telling you to do it now. If you get to the point where things have to change, then it becomes ugly for all of us. So while we are appealing to you, distance yourself from other people. Don't go to the park right here to go take pictures in big group or have music video and all those things. When we are all safe, we can go back to our normal lives. But for now, let's adjust our lives and begin to do the right thing in the interest of saving Mama Liberia.
Meanwhile, Liberian health authorities are still tracing the source of infection of one of the country's latest 3 confirmed cases of the COVID-19 disease. The latest 3 cases of COVID-19 included the driver and security of the index case, while the other is an individual who traveled to Sweden on January 29, 2020. Addressing the COVID-19 update Thursday, the Director General of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, Dr. Mosoka Fala, said the case involving the individual from Sweden remains a mystery.
2 of the 3 positive cases were people who were connected with our first case. Immediately we heard the first case, the key word is all here is contact tracing. Your goal is to find who all came in contact with your case. Then you do all contact identification. Then you do risk profiling to ask all these people that are contact, which one of them have a higher risk. The gold standard is that those that are of high risk, you want to take them from the population. So we took a total of 19 persons from the population and took them to the hospital together with confirmed cases. 2 of those persons that we took One of them being the drought, one of them being the security to the first case. The first time we tested them was negative, which is normal. When you are exposed, the body and the human body and the virus, there's a part that goes on. Someone try to take territory. It's simplistic. Until they can take the territory, do that test, you can get it. When the virus take goes and start to multiply, and do the test, will be positive. That's why we keep them for 14 days. 2 of those persons, many other contacts they had were the ones that became positive. For us, that was good news because they were not in the environment when they became positive.
Well, in a related development, health authorities have been urged to identify all suspected cases of coronavirus and take them into isolation for testing. The United States Center for Disease Control said by doing so, the current COVID-19 situation in the country will be put under control. U.S. CDC Country Director Desmond Williams spoke Thursday at the weekly press briefing of the Incident Management Team in Congotown.
I would like to then appeal to Liberia to take the precautionary measures that have been announced by the Minister of Health and the public health authorities here in Liberia to ensure that we're able to do 2 things. Number 1, control the current COVID-19 outbreak that we have in Liberia by identifying all suspected cases, taking them into isolation and testing them to confirm if they have the disease, and then initiate treatment for those cases. Second, identify all the contacts of the confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Liberia, isolate them early, and test them, and provide them with an opportunity to be observed for 14 days to determine whether or not they develop the symptoms of COVID-19 and again, treat them. The second strategy includes the community's participation and the government's participation in trying to prevent the importation of new cases of COVID-19. For this, we need the community. The government of Liberia officials cannot be at all ports of entry across Liberia. We know that the borders between Liberia and our neighbors are very porous, but each and every community on the border knows who comes in and out of those communities. So if they work with the government of Liberia authorities to monitor the travelers that are coming in and out of Liberia, that would enable us to be able to detect if somebody comes through with the symptoms of COVID-19 and enable them to be able to isolate these cases quickly.
As Liberia combats the coronavirus through preventive measures and other healthy means, the World Health Organization has described collective efforts as the only means through which the country can defeat the virus. WHO Country Representative Peter Clement spoke in a press briefing at the Ministry of Health in Monrovia.
Speak with you during the Ebola, and we will do the same. But one fact is important, that the disease we are fighting has no boundary, can affect anyone. And therefore, the biggest weapon to defeat it is me, you, and all of us collectively working together to keep COVID-19 out of this country and globally. We all know what are the strategies that we should fight. What are the key measures that we want to achieve? One, we want to limit this disease from passing from one person to another. That the human-to-human transmission, we need to stop it. Number 2, we need to identify any suspected case, test and treat early. And therefore it's our responsibility to make sure all cases are identified early, are tested and are treated. The third important aspect is the management of the misinformation, the myths against COVID-19. It is important that we pass the right message.
There have been repeated calls to adhere to health measures aimed at stopping the spread of the coronavirus in Liberia. Recently, market stores down Waterside were demolished to keep marketers from congestion and restriction on street selling. But as Edward Tamar reports, the red light market remains a conduit for potential danger.
From a vantage point of this still populated market, social distancing is far from being considered given the congestion of the people. Red light is seemingly looking normal, with no consideration of the current coronavirus crisis that required the adherence of health protocols for prevention. Despite the country recording additional 3 confirmed cases, these street vendors have mixed views about coronavirus in the country.
So, bro, just praying to God. Yeah, a lot of rumor about it. And it says, I want people to that, but me, I'm feeling it. Yes, I'm being forward.
But the impact of coronavirus outbreak is being felt in the red light market. The market might be packed, but selling and buying are at a low pace.
I don't want to pack the money for no papa. Father said, see the crisis. We've been here, we get about the crisis coming and sicknesses. I don't say anything. I say we pack the market. How it looking?
We see customer, every movement is not happening.
No business. We can't say that the way we can pack the market and how we can go home.
Government has instituted stringent measures already to prevent further spread of COVID-19, something a Pinsville resident wants to be enforced in Pinsville to avert unforeseen situation. I'm Edward Tamar reporting.
Many thanks to Edward Tamar for that report. Let's now go to the capital, where 4 committees of the House of Representatives have been mandated to conclude ongoing investigation of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, the LEC. The LEC is being investigated for the reported outbreaks of fire on its electric lines and poles. During the hearing Thursday, LEC Senior Manager for Operation, Maintenance, Transmission and Distribution Division, Thomas Gongawan, admitted to the situation but outlined corrective measures being instituted.
Electrical fire are incidences that occur all over the world. Your ability to enumerate these fires and attend to them is of importance. Just for your information, we would like to let you know that for the month of January, we received 175 calls. Out of the 175 calls, 10 were fire calls. As of February, we received 115 calls. Out of the 115 calls, 8 were fire calls. As of March, we received 128 calls, 9 were fire calls. A total call received were 418 calls. Total fire calls received was 27. That is somewhere around 6% of the total call. The fire calls range from various areas: Central Monrovia, Simcoe, Pinsville, Bushwell Island, Gardnersville, Bartnettville, etc. Our first team will take a look at it, the causes of the fire. The causes of the fire. We divided the causes of the fire into 3 categories. The first categories we looked at is a burn circuit breaker or a transformer lead services from the low voltage side. Additional plans to carry out spontaneous maintenance programs on all of our transformer stations, checking all the loadings so that we don't go overload so that the breakers. If you notice, most of the breakers that you have are tripping, and you see our breaker trip because of the overload, because we are protecting the transformer and trying to avoid fire.
Well, if you just joined us, a reminder that you're watching LNTV News Live here on LNTV. My name is JARP Davies, and stories we're following on the program, tracing the source of infection of one of Liberia's latest confirmed cases of COVID-19 remains a serious challenge. The Liberia National Police warns it would take drastic action against violators of government's health protocols. The United States Center for Disease Control warns Liberian health authorities identify all suspected cases of coronavirus and isolate them for testing. And away from home, some 20 people have been killed by a lightning strike on high voltage power lines in Congo Town. These stories and more are still coming up. Keep watching. We'll be back with more stories. Welcome back to LNTV News Live. The Liberia National Police, the LNP, is warning individuals who are violating laid-down protocols by health authorities in the fight against the coronavirus to desist or face the full weight of the law. Deputy Police Inspector General for Operations Marvin Sarker says despite restriction on the number of passengers to be conveyed at a time, some commercial drivers and motorcyclists are still violating the regulation. Speaking Thursday during a press briefing on the incident management team in Congo Town, Colonel Sarker emphasized that the police will not hesitate to enforce the health protocols to the letter.
Going by the public health and the medical emergency enforcement. Government and private schools, churches, malls, entertainment center, nightclubs, bar, casino, cinemas, video club, beaches, barbershops, and salons remain closed. Sporting events, parties, weddings, and funerals are only allowed not more than 10 persons. Banks are restaurant to allow only 5 persons at a time. But now we are starting to observe that since we are closed bar and clubs, people are tending to go to the restaurant to start drink. And let me say this, owner of the restaurant, beginning today, we are starting to visit your restaurant. If we see the gathering of people there consuming alcohol, we are going to shut it down. We are very strict on that. Our people always try to find another alternative to pay the rules. This will not happen. To all residents, if you have any issue, please go to your community leadership, talk to your representatives, senators, or head of any organization within that community. Do not resort into what? Set up roadblocks and say you're going to protest. There's no gathering. If you have issue, go to your leadership. Let me say this. If you think you're not going to listen, we will use the appropriate force. I won't say the rule of engagement. We'll use the appropriate force that's in line with international best practices.
Well, twins and triplets under the banner Liberia Twin Care Foundation have presented sanitary materials to 2 areas in Sinker to help contain the COVID-19. The twins and triplets on Thursday donated 30 faucet buckets, several cartons of tar soap and chloride and COVID-19 prevention flyers to the people of Dequecon community and Divan Town in Sinker. Antoinette Beatty. That's Anthony Beatty is the CEO of Liberia Twin Care Foundation.
We know the coronavirus is a deadly disease, and we as a group, we have a lot of expertise. We have health workers. We cannot sit here without helping our people. It's not only giving the bucket. We will give the bucket, donate the bucket to the community, the Vantan community and the Gwencon, and then that will be followed by health education. That's why we brought these awareness materials, and we will have people in the community here giving health awareness on the coronavirus. We have to buttress the effort of the government, and then let us also listen to the Ministry of Health and the MPhil, National Public Health Institute. Whatsoever message has been given, let us abide by it. Let us keep the social distancing, and we ourselves have to fight the disease. If everyone in their own community can fight the disease and give awareness in your own community, I think we'll move somewhere. Presently, we have 6 cases. We have to actually increase the awareness in the various communities. So these are material that was not produced by us. It was produced by the Ministry of Health through MPhil. So we are telling you how you should prevent the disease.
Receiving the items, the chairman of the Kwekon community, Kausu Toure, lauded the group for the donation and called on Liberians to take the issue of the coronavirus seriously.
The adults, the women and children, the welcoming people, and we accept this gift from you people. You see, sometimes it goes on down and I sit down and feel that we are being abandoned. Because we do see nobody coming to our aid, but when he came to me that day, I was too impressed. I went and told one of my elders, I said, well, there are people coming in the community to come and supply some bucket so we can be able to fight the disease. And let me make my people there to know one thing. This disease is not a joke. If you feel that a joke, you joke with yourself, you joke with your community, you joke with your family, you joke at even the state at large. This is all our business to fight the disease. On behalf of my community, my people, thank you very much. We will use it the best way we can. Thank you.
Well, the captain of the national football team, the Lone Star, Sam Johnson, has joined the fight against the coronavirus outbreak in Liberia as his foundation launches a awareness campaign in Monrovia. Sam Johnson Thursday became the first Liberian athlete to take donations to the fight against the coronavirus after he donated a consignment of food items plus cash to health workers in the country. Murphy Dix, an official of the Sam Johnson Foundation, made the donation on behalf of Sam Johnson, who is currently in the United States.
Sam, being a Liberian, also in the U.S., still believe that Liberia is his home. Even though they can't come out, like yesterday we even talked more than an hour, no way to come out. He called me a few days ago and said, I'm not in Liberia, but I have my family in Liberia. America is not my home. I have a little foundation. Whenever I'm around, we make a little bit of donation. So I want to do something. So I said, but then I don't know, what can we do? He said, can we make a little impact? I said, in that kind of time, you ain't get no money, what will you do? He said, little is much when God is in it. So I want to target the health workers, because we may not be able to go all over the place like the orphanage homes and other places. But I want to provide small food for those that are treating patients at the military hospital. Because he asked me, I said, where the patients are. So he said, can I make a small donation to them? And I said, no problem. So we were able to come to an understanding, and like you see here, we are all members of the Sam Johnson Foundation. We were able to get a little over 35 bags of rice to be exact, 15 gallons of oil, and Sam told me directly, I'm doing everything on behalf of Sam, I'm quoting him directly that take these items to the health workers of Liberia that are working at the military hospital.
Receiving the donation, the Director General Designate of the National Public Health Institute, Dr. Moso Kafala, praised the Liberian footballer for identifying with the health workers on the front line of the coronavirus.
calling on behalf of the President of His Excellency, George Manuel, we have launched the initiative. This is some President Fund for us to mobilize Liberians to battle a disease that has pandemic proportion. We want to say a big thank you, and also on behalf of the Minister of Health, Honorable Jala, and the entire Minister of Health and entry family, we want to say thank you for your donation. For us, every time Liberians come and make donation, it's a signal, a very good thing, that together we are able to solve our problem. We do know that if we are together and we unite, we will prevail and we will overcome. We take your message, send your donation is targeted to a particular group at the mental hospital, and you say you wanted to go to them, we ensure that you reach to them directly and take our message back to him that we are a grateful people in a grateful nation. That with the good heart and spirit that people are donating, we hope that we can work together and quickly end this nightmare of our country. So our big heartfelt to him and to all of you young people who are involved in this initiative. It's a good sign that together we are united in hearts, and I will try to end this outbreak together. On behalf of all the health workers that you made a donation to, you have a grateful people. Thank you very much.
Now, away from Liberia, some 20 people were killed by a lightning strike on high-voltage power lines in Congo, Brazzaville. The incident happened on the first day of a lockdown in the capital, Brazzaville, to help prevent the spread of the coronavirus. So far, 22 cases of COVID-19, the respiratory illness caused by the virus, have been confirmed in the country, including 2 deaths. The mayor of Kentele district, Stella Mensah Sadu Ngosu, said people were electrocuted by the falling cables. Eyewitnesses said one line fell on a house, setting it on fire and killing those inside. The other cable struck a pool of water in a courtyard, electrocuting the neighbors. On that note, that's how we end this edition of LNTV News Live on this Thursday, April 2. Before we leave, these are stories we follow on the program. Tracing the source of infection of one of Liberia's latest confirmed cases of COVID-19 remains a serious challenge. The Liberia National Police warns it would take drastic action against violators of government health protocols. The United States Center for Disease Control warns Liberian health authorities identify all suspected cases of coronavirus and isolate them for testing. And away from home, some 20 people have been killed by a lightning strike on a high-voltage power line in Congo, Brazzaville. That's how we end this edition of the program. Join us tomorrow at 10, and we'll be back here with another edition of the program. On behalf of the entire news team here at LNTV, my name is JARP Davies, wishing you a pleasant good evening. Bye-bye from Painesville.